during season 1, and of course we have Flair coming in looking to take that away from Kang. So yeah, like I said, both teams coming in hot off of big wins in that major upset a week ago, Illuminati versus Flair. Flair taking that one. I'm really excited to see what Flair is able to do against Kang, the undefeated Kang. Oh, off of that 5-headed Chrome. Just going to float there. A little race for it into the hands of Game. Game sending that one in for the 3 to drop first blood in round 3.
But right now, Flair, they just need to not think about the prior results. All they need to think about is in the moment. What can they do now? What they can do now is just keep playing hard, pressuring hard. There it is again. Another shot will be got. 6 points for Flair.
Flair only a minute and a half into this round 3. Finding themselves up by 6. Back pass to Silver. Silver now moving in. Goes to the cross pass to Lovers on the shield. Lovers with the cut pass. Oh! Off the 5-header.
This defense from Flair right now is among the most impressive stands I think I've seen, just in that absolute stalwart, the shield on that goal. No one can make it through, despite the otherwise great passing from Kang.
Kang now, it's a relentless assault. Shrem sending that one up, and Chrome with the ham on it. Chrome sending that one out. But still back in the hands of Kang, so we're going to get another opportunity. This got to be opportunity number 5. Lover's trying to cut in, but the pass doesn't take. Shrem still able to wrangle that one in, though, so Shrem back passes. So we're going to see another potential assault on the goal here. As that, when the Lovers going to Sealable, and what a save from Ruffy, and it's again in the hands of Mad. Mad now moving in. Oh my God, and that one bouncing off the post. That's what's going to get sent out. And the long shot there from Game, and he hits that one in from 47 meters out, and now Flair finding themselves up 9-0 halfway through this round 3. Shrem now moving in, doesn't have someone attacking the goalie. They're trying to, and he does get the shot on us. The distraction is good enough.
I'll tell you how vital that was for Kangaroos. I mean, I'm sure you know it, the audience knows it, but desperately needed to stop the bleeding. I mean, they were bleeding for about 6 minutes there. The question is, though, will they be able to recover this time?
And that pass over to Grumpy. Oh, what a grab there from Mad! And what a great opportunity there from Grumpy on the goal. But now it's going to be Voodoo moving in. Voodoo cross pass to Chrome, and Chrome finally able to finish that one off. And now it is 11-3 for Flair, as Flair is up, finds himself up by 9 still. 3.5 to go. And it will be back in the hands of Kang again, so we might see another one of these onslaughts from both these teams. Oh, what a speed there from Shrem to Lovers, as Lovers cuts in. Turns it over, Lovers. Now, Silva throwing it up at the empty net. He doesn't make it.
Right now, that is 3 in a row for the Kangaroos, making it a 1-point game, 1 minute left. Now it is crunch time. This is the part where, as a player, as a spectator, you know in your gut, you are feeling those shakes, those butterflies. You know this is when you need to execute the most.
The pass, Lovers going back to Silva, and Lovers moving in. Lovers does take that pass and puts it in for 2. Flair's going to have to make something happen here on this drive.
That's 4 scores in a row for Kangaroos in this late game comeback.
20 seconds to go. It is in the hands of Game. Game on the ceiling, sending that one in to Voodoo. Voodoo back passing there to Chrome. Moving in, going to the cross pass. The Game does connect on it. Game now making some room, having his entire team. Oh, no! The pass, putting that one in for 2. They can clear up by 1, and that's going to be the game. That is round 3 in the last 5 seconds, last 10 seconds. Flair able to pull this one out over Kang with the second major upset of the week here. That is absolutely amazing, and it does look like your goalie did get a hand on it, so you know he's not happy about that at the moment. But this is a Flair victory here against Kang.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream tonight. Right off the bat, gotta say, hey to 5-Spotted Dog. Spotted that in the Twitch chat, giving me his own treat there with a Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for it. Appreciate that. Says, for all the great puns. Now, you would think I would have used that off time spotting that to actually come up with some better puns, but alas, I was a wee bit distracted here. But I'll make sure to get some more in during the rest of the stream. Don't you worry. Yeah, thanks for that very much. I kind of went overboard with it in that reboot match yesterday, you know, so I think I had 6 different 5-spotted puns in there. I gotta stop eventually. I'm a madman. It ain't right. Also, hello to Grumpiest Broom over there in the chat, saying let's go Nova and Strembitsky with an A. Amen to that. There you go. But yeah, so you might notice here in the visual department, got a new little thing. I mean, not a huge thing, but this will also be making its way to the pre-show scene soon. I'm just kind of doing some last-minute tweaks and what have you. I mean, it's almost done, but a little adjustment to make it more Echo-themed. I think it looks pretty cool. So, barring any humongous complaints that I don't expect, but I'm open ears. But barring that, I'll probably have something similar on the main pre-stream thing as well, just with all those little floating islands and whatnot. So yes. Anyway, still waiting on invites. It would seem, yeah. About 5 minutes past the scheduled start time, which is highly unusual for Nova. So I'm just gonna choose to blame Rickster over on 6foot. I have no idea. I mean, we only have the one match tonight anyway, so it's not a huge deal if we're slightly delayed. So I'm just waiting. Five Spotted says, never stop the puns, spotted or otherwise. And don't have to tell me twice. I will certainly not. Can't stop, won't stop. And Strem saying, I like the background, looks really well done. Big yeets all around. But yeah, glad you like it. It's one of those little things in addition to the newer overlay in game. Not sure if people caught that. We debuted it sort of yesterday. And I say sort of because it was kind of a test run. Had a couple little bugs with it that still going to be in the process of fixing. But yeah. So I tweaked it a couple times between. We had 3 matches that I've streamed. One earlier, actually 2 earlier in the day. Today, the EU games. Followed Vertigo around for a couple matches, and they came ahead in both of them. Against the debuting team of, let's see, what was it? Paradox, that's right. A team full of players who haven't done competitive before. Mainly pub players, but getting together for a team, and it was really cool to see new teams like that getting into the mix. We even saw that over in North America last night when we had Olympus debut. Kind of the same story there. A bunch of players who had not done competitive at all before, barely recognized the names, quite frankly, and I say that in a good way, as we continue to get new players, new faces, and the league continues to grow. So it was good to see. But yeah, so between the matches yesterday and today, I've been kind of doing little tweaks here and there to the overlays and whatnot, and fixing some bugs as I live test it of sorts. But it's mainly good to go at this point, I feel like. So we'll see. And yet still have not gotten any invites, and we're 7 minutes into the clock. I am very concerned. Now, for those who haven't seen, over on the league rosters page, actually, Arthur Guinness just joined Nova all of an hour and a half ago. So Arthur Guinness, longtime player, and for that matter, he is a longtime father to none other than Venom, who is on Nova. So that was pretty cool to see. him joining on there. I know Arthur Guinness from the early days of Echo. I'm not sure exactly when he joined, but I want to say, if not 2017, almost definitely 2018 is when I first started seeing him. But whatever the case, it's really great to see him joining a team. I've seen him even in pubs while I'm doing spectating stuff and, you know, tweaking the overlays and camera practice, what not. And Arthur is always one of those standout guys who, every time I see him, he has a great attitude. He's always helping other players in there, teaching newer players how to play and right strategies, things like that. So he's a really good dude, really good dad, I should say. Really good dad dude. But good to see him here on a team, and with his son, no less. Maybe have to do a 2-on-2 tourney one of these days. Get Fair Enough and Duller versus Arthur and Venom. Talk about dad-son pairings in Echo. There's one right there. Of course, Fair Enough, one of those players who just did return to the league not too long ago. Just last week, they had their debut match on There Is No team. Coming back to competitive play after about a year off. A little bit less, perhaps, but yeah, good to see Fair back. Same with Guygasm, and then of course the two Ready at Dawn developers, Rad David N and White Dragon, all part of that same team. And they actually faced off against Nova last week. That was their first match. So super. Oh, Fair Enough in the chat saying I'd do it. There you go. Gotta get that organized at some point. See, Fair Enough listens to me now. Initially, I was the one telling him for a long time to come back to Echo Arena. Took a while, but then eventually he conceded. I only had to pay him off a little bit. But glad to see him back there, as well as Deller on teams. Kind of getting started in, you know, the I guess semi-competitive play you would call it. Pizza League Season 2. He may have done, did he do ESL in Season 3? I cannot quite remember. But I do know, yeah, he was involved in Pizza League, and then he got on teams for VRML in preseason. Now is playing again here. If I'm correct, he's on Deception at the moment. Just debuted last week as well. Newer roster on that side of things. So glad to see all these players coming back, or staying in it for that matter. Either way. Let me go check. Yeah, Duller is on Deception there with Mozzie, Citrus, and I Blow at Sports. Not me. That's a player's name. I'm very good at sports. Sometimes. I mean, Echo Arena. Anyways, yeah. So no Season 3 play, says Fair Enough. Dipping his toes back into the game, into the matches. Just messaging the players again. Still haven't gotten an invite. Was I off on the timing or something? Am I wrong here? Gotta check my clock. Ah, I was indeed. Oh. Well, in that case, that makes more sense. For some reason, I swore it was at 7 o'clock. That's okay. I'm just gonna stick around here anyways. Wanted to show off the new stream regardless. So, yeah, on that note, for you guys here joining in the chat, if you do want to hang around for the next, I don't know, 15-ish, 16, 17, whatever the case. We'll get to the match as it comes. May as well start early, though. Say hi to everyone. Make sure nothing breaks in these overlays, because that's a thing that happens sometimes. But like I said, been working on that most of this week. That's kind of what I use the off time there. On those Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, when you don't get a ton of games necessarily. It's a good time for me to get the voice rest, get some work in on the overlays and whatever else I have to do. Of course, some more things on the plate lately there, being on the VRML board now. Which, on that note, rest assured, gonna be working for y'all. Get us some good opportunities and reach out, do my diligence basically. So as far as I know, I'm the first person not from Onward to actually make it to the board for VRML this past week and a half ago. So now that with that done, I know people, it's been kind of a topic of discussion lately in some channels and whatnot, just about the future and people antsy for more opportunities and more growth and things like that. So just want to get that out there that, yeah, I'll be doing my work and my due diligence, rest assured. Can't stop, won't stop, once again. Grumpiest Broom saying, man, it's starting late. Oh, no, I'm just early. I didn't realize it at first. I was almost positive. I thought it was at 7 my time, which is to say 13 minutes ago. But no, it's actually at the 30-minute mark. So I just started early. Hence me just sitting here trying to fill clock and talk to people. keep things going. But yeah, I watched the stack yesterday for those who didn't tune in. Normally, you see it on the ticker there too. It's the stack is something that normally is on Wednesdays, that podcast from Infinite, hosted by Sputnik, typically, and as well as Rosie, kind of in the back line of sorts, moderating and helping out on that end. But yeah, was quite entertaining. Yesterday, it was hosted a day early because we had Sputnik, who's going off to Costa Rica. Is probably there already, or if not, he's somewhere in the air or airport. But yeah, so he'll be gone for a little while. So we gotta keep the cast managed in that regard, and I think we'll do it, no problem. But yeah, I know Sputnik was also looking for some new guests for the stack. Again, you can check that out on twitch.tv/SputnikCobra. Typically, it's every Wednesday. Will not be on today, but he was looking for more guests. So if you love Echo and just want to kind of shoot the breeze with some people in a video form, you do need a webcam, but that's the way to do it. First week of the stack, they had Coda Sleuth, as well as Maddie from CVRE, and Andy W from Infinite. And week 2, it was Andy again, along with B-Love and myself. So I was on there, had a fun time, chatted it up for, I don't know, 90 minutes or so. And then yeah, yesterday it was Strem from Kangarillas, and then Rox Titan, the world-famous substitute. And yeah, Deller is saying the match doesn't start for 15 more minutes. Yep, again. My bad. my internal clock was totally off. I swore on everything it was at 7. I feel like I even double-checked it. But no, I got juked. So, hence me still being here. Did play that video just before the stream started too from Lanzan, highlighting that Flair versus Kangarillas match. Obviously, a thriller that was. Right down to the last minutes of multiple rounds, round 3. Definitely an exciting matchup, and Kangos unfortunately eating their first defeat there. Unfortunately for them, that is. But Flair looking good in the last couple weeks, upsetting some teams here and there and kind of finding their stride lately. Yeah, Deller's saying, I got happy and thought it was at 6 Pacific, not 6:30. Accurate. In reality, I would have been glad to take that extra half hour or so just to work on some more of this overlay stuff on my end, but hey. Literally all I've been doing all day. Now, all related to the stack and Grumpy and Flair and all that. Saw Grumpy, he subscribed with Twitch Prime to the stack last night, which was cool. But then he never said hi. What's up with that? I was afraid that maybe I was doing a little trolling, which is rare for me at the time, but I figured maybe he took offense and then Grumpy just left, peaced out, I don't know. tell you what, and being 100% honest when I say this, Grumpy, got myself my Dr. Pepper right here at the moment, so yeah, virtual cheers, Grumpiest Broom. A fellow Dr. Pepper connoisseur, along with the likes of Boop and Tutorial Bot, Jaywalker, I think, we're all part of that little Dr. Pepper squad. Here, see if I can give you a listen right here. Listen to this, Grumpy. Listen right now. Yeah. I hope that sounded like soda opening and not something else. But yes, that is the Dr. Pepper. But anywho, got about another 10 minutes or so. We should be good, hopefully, assuming that things do start on time, which usually is the case. And anytime we're involving Dimwee, he's very, since he does cast a lot just as well, you know, he's very good if he can help it about the early invites and things like that. But yeah. Okay, kind of skipped over that comment earlier from Xandria saying they make the game look so easy. I'm assuming you mean the highlights there on that screen. Yeah, that's one of those things. A lot of these those are the season 1 highlights playing on your screen right now, and a lot of these players, an awful lot of them. I mean, we're talking people who've been involved for 2.5 years now for many of these guys. Multiple seasons, multiple teams, competitions, things like that. Real life events, LAN tournaments, what have you. So a lot of experience being shown. Granted, things really are starting to change lately. You're seeing the rise of a lot of teams and a lot of players who are kind of new to competition, or maybe have been playing Echo for a long time but haven't been involved competitively for a while, or maybe at all, depending on the person. So you're seeing a lot of that come to fruition now. A lot of those second and third generation players. Not that there's really a specific date that defines those kind of players, I would say, but you know, the first wave, obviously release time, beta time, 2017, summer and fall. And second wave, I guess, maybe if you define it by year, that could work. I don't know. I don't have a hard definition, but if we talk about certain players and you name them, kind of off the top of my head, I'll tell you what gen they fall into, or what wave of players, basically. But yeah, so a lot more players lately coming in. You see some of these young teams really starting to press up on those upper ranks. High-end silver, breaking through into gold even. And it's kind of one of those cases where a lot of, I don't know, there's still a lot of, obviously, the veteran presence at the top of the tiers, in those master divisions or the high gold divisions, things like that. But more and more, I mean, you're seeing them legitimately lose games, not only to each other, but to, again, those up-and-coming younger teams. Or I will point out, again, talking about Flare a little bit earlier, obviously a team with plenty of veterans on it, not one of those newer to competition teams necessarily, but they are a new team in the context of actually being that particular roster, right? That core roster. Haven't been involved altogether across the years, but coming together and handing losses to the preseason champions, obviously, in Illuminati, and then handing the first defeat to Kangorillas last week after they had been on a, 7-0 start to the season, I believe. So, talk about teams, yeah, like Flare or like Orbit. Team Joker, who is kind of, many would consider veterans at this point, but again, they were more part of that second wave of teams that really started to come into the scene and perform extra well. We have like SSVC Legends, for instance, or sorry, they're called the Legends now, which I guess makes it a bit easier. Don't have to say the acronym anymore, but that's going to be an adjustment in itself because I'm so used to saying SSVC Legends. But they're another team, again, players with experience there, but not necessarily heavy competitive play in the past. Vlastro, Captain Canada, Skyla, Single Shot, all great players, all fairly long-time players, but relatively new to competitive play, and yet, there they are right now, sitting in 7th place at the moment. Basically the highest silver team there is at the moment, MMR-wise. They're tied right there with Ignite. And Ignite, those are one of the veteran teams from that first wave in 2017, so kind of goes to show just how good the competition is getting. Instinct's obviously another team. Now, granted, they've taken a few losses recently after their really hot start, but really doesn't change the fact that they're still a pretty impressive team and a talented one. So, as Andrea in there saying, just in general, in terms of people making it look easy, I tried it for the first time the other day. I need to figure out the index controller mapping. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I don't really know how it plays out using the index or vibes or what have you. I know it's possible, so couldn't really help too much on that end, but even natively, if you're playing it on the Oculus, it's still one of those things that just, it does take time. It's basically, if you think about it, there's nothing from regular video games that actually, I shouldn't say nothing, but there are very few things that translate from previous video games. You know how if you hop into a VR shooter or a role-playing game or action game or whatever, I mean, obviously there are going to be unique things to VR, but you've still played things like it before in video games. For Echo Arena, there's not a lot that translates necessarily from video games. What it does translate from is real-life sports, of course. So it's definitely a common theme over the years. People who have a more sports experience in real life, with school athletics or just playing at the park, even like I would. I was always a basketball player and did that all the time, every single week until Echo Arena came around. I was playing basketball twice a week for pretty much 10, 15 years straight. Didn't have too many breaks in between. But yeah, so people who have video game experience, there's not a lot that's going to translate to Echo, but sports experience translates pretty well. All those team aspects and definitely learning how to just maneuver around and stay mobile, I think, is one of the biggest things I would prioritize first. Just making sure you know how to get exactly where you want to go in terms of flying, boosting, tapping off of floors and geometry to get extra speed, grabbing players and redirecting off of them for added speed, things like that. Once you get mobile and you have that agility, the rest of the game gets a lot easier. But so I would definitely focus on those things first, because you can be the best at the world at shooting, passing, whatever, but if you can't really move fast and efficiently, you're never going to be able to show off those other skills, because everyone else is just going to be beating you to every punch and every grab and every goal. So definitely mobility first. Meet the Pixel says there's no notification for host. What does that mean? I have no idea. Is this a Twitch thing? Because I'm not the most Twitch savvy person in the world, admittedly. Getting more and more there as time goes on, but otherwise, I have no idea. We're about 4 minutes away from the scheduled start time now, so people finally filing in. Again, this stream has been going live for about half an hour because I jumped the gun thinking it was going to start at 6 or 7 Mountain Time. So that's okay. Could have just gone to intermission, but you gotta figure. It's good. It's good stalling practice. Yeah, good stuff for a caster. I don't know. I'm just glad, as much as I like casting games, I'm kind of glad there haven't been too many these first few days of the week. My voice was really starting to take a big hit over the weekend, and it's still kind of rough, to be honest. I probably shouldn't be casting, but at the same time, it's only one. What could it hurt, right? Famous last words from the man with no voice in a week from now. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry. I know drinking like a lot of tea and honey was definitely something that worked some magic on me in preseason. I kind of strayed away from that lately, though. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Because I think in preseason, it wasn't until... Actually, no, it was right about week 5 of preseason where I did start feeling it in the voice. So, no, actually, we're right about on schedule. I take it back. But that being said, just a few days off, really, and it should be okay for me. Historically, anyways. I know even after the preseason finals, it was one of those things where all of us who casted that day just about were just dead by the end of it. I mean, it was exciting. It was exciting, but between me, Sir Dimwee, and Sputnik, especially, the three of us really lost our voices that night and over the course of finals week. Of course, my voice was fine. I think maybe after 4 days or so, it was kind of back to normal. Sir Dimwee, on the other hand, who obviously is playing for Nova here, Sir Dimwee took some weeks, several weeks to heal up. He really went hard at it. So can't stop giving him enough props for that because, yeah, sacrifice the well-being for a fairly long time just to cast with some strength in the final week. Alright, so right about, oh, there we go. About to say, right about reaching that start time, and just as I said that, got myself an invite. How about that? So after 30 minutes of just about non-stop talking, I get to talk for another 30 minutes just about non-stop. I've made poor choices here today. That's okay. Bear with me for a second, though, as I will go silent just as I get settled into this match. So be right back. You can, in fact, you can there see it in the background actually, but anyway, one moment. Alright, so I think I'm good to go. I just pinged the teams, and here we are. See people starting to creep up in the chat now, and on the viewers list. For those who tuned in early thinking that, hey, the match was starting half an hour ago, my apologies. Yeah, I really thought it was starting at the top of the hour, so I've just been sitting here for half an hour chatting. But it looks like we will be good to go here. So teams have been pinged. In fact, I'm also getting a ping from Skinny at the last possible second, asking maybe if he wants to help cast. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can get him a little link real quick, and if he hops in or not. It would probably help me going into the caster's channel, which I now am. And yeah. Alright, so... Hello, Skinny.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone?
We're live here.
Who's everyone? Yeah, we are live.
Oh, hello, chat. Is there no one in chat? Is it just you and me again? Added together?
Unfortunately, no. Now there's 16 people watching right now. I've been live for a little while. Curious, I saw Rosie around there. Is she wanting to cast as well? Or you just chit-chatting?
No, she didn't say anything, so...
Okay.
Good question. I don't know what she's doing either, so...
That's fine. I don't mind stepping aside, honestly, because as I was saying to the stream, voice still ain't quite healed, so I got to be a little bit careful. But we should be fine. At least I got a couple days without too many casts. But yeah.
Sounds good. Hope your break was good.
Yeah, actually I'm just missing it, but over here in the game now. Let's see, what is this going on? Guess some cheers or of sorts. Almost missed that. Wasn't really paying attention, but hey, I at least got the tail end of it. Now we just see 6 foot over kind of swimming around here. Looks like they're on the wrong sides. I'm gonna blame Dimwee for that one, but I'll switch it up on the overlay for you, and there we go. Anyway, I was just even in the stream, casters cursing before the game starts, because I was mentioning Dimwee is always so good about always inviting me before the game starts, being on the right sides, and then lo and behold, that happened. For shame, Dimwee, but I still love you.
But he doesn't.
Excuse me? But he does.
But he doesn't.
That's all I heard. Oh, but he doesn't. Sure he does. He that's what I pay him to tell me anyways.
Does he? Yeah, but you forgot. You might have forgot the March payment, so not yet.
Huh. You know, it's weird to even mention the fact that it is March. Doesn't feel like it, yet here we are. I'm still almost like in barely February mode, but yeah, already 3 months into 2020, and well, here we go. We're going to be 1 second into this game in just a moment. There we go, ready to start. Nova 6 foot over, launching out, and here we go. So taken first by Nova. Be going to the tunnel. Nova looking to come back here, taking a tough loss last time around, but still looking, just to gain some momentum. Last time they faced off against not Instinct Legends. As they go down here, the Law will have it stolen. But yeah, I was mentioning SSVC Legends have renamed to just Legends, and I don't even know what to think, because I'm going to still call them SSVC because now that's my habit.
I mean, it's better to just call them Legends, so you don't tongue twister yourself. But we know you're always the best tongue twister guy.
Well, at least in week 1, I haven't actually gotten anything new from chat since then. Maybe thankfully, but yeah.
And maybe that's what you need for your voice to heal, so I might as well post some.
Yeah, you can go for it. I'll totally knock him down, or I won't. Who knows? Right there, they're going for the goal is Venom, assisted by Dimwee. So first play of the game for some points there, and why is my replay not working? Curious. Also unfortunate. Anyway, that's not even a thing with my overlay or anything. That's just a separate issue. I'm gonna see if I can fix this real quick. So, pardon the side cam for a moment, chat. I will not let you go without some replays for an entire game.
Alrighty then. So I think I'll take over. So now, Nova finally gaining possession for more than 2 seconds, and now Easton trying to pass it around. A back pass to Sir Dimwee forces Sir Dimwee all the way back to the 3-pointer line, and a good punch from the Law, not able to clear it, but just a slash from Nova, able to recover it, and just as I say that, the Law finally with a good clear, and now as we see the chain grabs going, Nova with those quick re-grabs, and now, but unfortunately misses the disc, and now Jans again trying to pass it back to the teammate, trying to slow it down, but again Easton to deny that drive, gets a good clear, and now we're gonna see more of those races regrabs, as unfortunately 6 foot over was closer, but good regrabs by Nova apply some good pressure.
Yeah, so great pressure causing maybe a turnover here. Some boosts go through, and getting it back actually is Sir Dimwee. So on the board first for Nova, but it's still scoreless for 6 foot over as more contesting goes on from above, from below, from middle, from front, everywhere they go. Contested, a nice move there, getting the shield on his own head before going for the goal. That was a great, albeit risky, but a great move from Zesper for the first 2 for him now. And fingers crossed, the replay works. Yeah, all right. See, we're good.
Awesome. as we go on to as we game goes on, 6 foot over with the just advantage gets finally Nova not able to pressure them out, and now Crimson looking for his teammate, and now the Law trying to push the disc forward, goes for the reset, but a good boost by Nova, applying a lot of pressure, but 6 foot over not being phased by it. Now the Law trying to pass it to a good deep pass, but unfortunately it is intercepted by Isen, again trying to slow it down, trying to clear and boost it, and Crimson with 2 good punches prevents that from happening, and now it allows Jans to actually recover the disc and actually slow down the gameplay.
Over there, Rocks Titan just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Just in time in the clutch. Thank you so much. And I also saying, though, Pally never going to be, never going on the podcast again. Why not? Did something happen? Was I fired from something I wasn't even hired to? I was going in for the 2-goal. He acquired it. Actually, a self one, it looks like. It was a send, I believe, but Leaf around got the almost save.
Yeah, good all-around passing by Nova. Just more of what we expect to see from Nova. Just the good, quick, deep cuts. That lets them have another 2-pointer.
So down it goes for that unique rollout. We usually see Nova pull that off, sometimes Wireless Jacks, Orbit, but now 6 foot over also one of those teams incorporating that lower tube rollout where they just go right below the goal just about. So interesting from there. I'm still confused, Rocks Titan. Tell me what you mean. Why can't I go on a podcast again? I want to be on podcasts, all the podcasts, in fact.
It's a curse, Pally. That's why your voice went out in the first place.
No, it's not. It was everything else, as breaking in for a goal is Dimwee again. And this time I'll actually capture his replay properly. So 8 points for Nova halfway through the first round. Grumpiest Broom also in the chat saying, he hasn't quite mastered the art of the pump fake. That's exactly what Grumpiest Broom sounds like. Trust me, I've met him twice. Yeah, Grumpy. The master of the pump fakes.
No, but yeah, what Grumpy was referring to is that right now 6 foot over is trying to bait out Nova from their joust advantage, but not able to. The man-to-man defense working really well for Nova right now, not giving a really time to 6 foot over to try to get it on their side, and now the Law trying to attempt it, but unfortunately gets punched up.
And Venom Ascend taking it there. I was just going to point out a little while ago, you see that at mid, there was almost a weird one of those standstills, like an old Western, where they're just kind of drawing the lines, but no one actually approaching each other. That was kind of weird, honestly. But yeah, going back with a disc, here's Nova. Zesper gets it. There's another 2-3 players cutting in, going for a flourish move, but Leaf around. Instead, just gets a save, a clear, and tries for the leech, but can't quite complete it. So on the other side, getting here, past a few players on the first, second attempts, but now stunning with some contempt is the Law, and holding him in contempt, maybe, as he does attempt 2 points. 8 to 2.
Good. Yeah, good noticing by Leaf around from when Isen, as soon as he started spinning around, Leaf jumped right out of the goal, catched Isen by surprise, and able to get the save, and allowing the Law to score the first 2 points for 6 foot over.
Yeah, it took a little while, but finally on the board, and in good fashion for him. Rosie in the chat saying, I absolutely can come back on the podcast. Good. As they go in for a very good shot. That was Vanzi right into that corner off the backboard.
Yeah, finally we're starting to see 6 foot over gain back that momentum, making it a 3-point game with 3 minutes to go.
And still the first round, still anyone's game. Got off to that little bit of a slow start, but as of the last few minutes, we're seeing some more goals go in. And obviously 6 foot finding the lid removed off the goal and able to make some now as some defense comes to contest this. Well played by 6 foot going over to Venom. Venom's going to approach. Does need to dish it back out because of the impending boost to Vanzi there. And another clear down midline as some brawls go on in the back. So just missing the hands of Zesper at first. Will recover it. Ascend is in the goal as well as Sir Dimwee. The spacing here for Nova looking pretty good. So Sir Dimwee does get stunned, gets it off down to the midline. Now taken over here by Venom. Venom looking for a pass over to the bottom ramp. No momentum, so Ascend will send it over into the corner pocket where it, unfortunately for him, will be recovered, partially cleared as Sir Dimwee doing a little bit of Gilligan right now with all those stuns in the tunnel. Somehow came through alive and got the disc back.
Yeah, the stacks right now from the Law and Jans for 6 foot over working out really well for them, being able to pressure Nova into causing mistakes, and another stack from them allows them to makes makes it a clear disc. Crimson able to recover that disc and now trying to slow down, trying to find a gap in that great Nova defense, but Nova playing them very patiently. They're in absolutely no rush to get it, and now a deep pass completed to the Law, goes for the 2-pointer attempt that gets it.
Right back for the Law again from that same angle that he favored earlier on for his first couple points. So once more, getting on the score sheet, and it's a 1-point game. We've got 1 minute left in this first round. It's pretty much anyone's game at this point, and every single move now for this final 60 seconds will, in fact, be pretty crucial to the outcome.
Yeah, let's see if the Law and Jans can keep that great stack and actually apply pressure to Nova, forcing them on mistakes. And just as I say that, again, another mistake from Nova gives us an opportunity to 6 forward to bring this game in their favor. And with 40 seconds to go, Nova cannot afford to make these mistakes.
Now, luckily that disc got loose, but it was Venom with some very important brawls to deny the turnover. And another brawl for Venom. So that's 3 punches in a row that were absolutely crucial. But that is the most crucial of saves going for Vanzi is another one. Stacks going all across the floor here. And Nova really needs to get this first. And if nothing else, just don't turn it over. Find a clear, find something. You got 15 seconds left. Do not let it come back onto your side of the floor, and you should be good as that shot goes in. Just about saved out. 7 seconds, though, and barring a miraculous event here, we should indeed, be looking at Nova just by the skin of their teeth, whatever that means, with the 8-7 win.
Yeah, what a scary moment for Nova. Not able to get the disc really quickly, and I think it was the punches in the back line that prevented 6 foot over to get that disc and possibly win the first round. So good job on Nova.
Oh yeah, that was a huge bonus points, cookie points, whatever to Venom, because I mentioned those. He had 3 very important stuns because in the midline they were turning it over. The passes were nice and soft for Nova, but it was a little bit of a clustered situation, and the disc got loose at some point right in mid, and I got a double stun on one of the stacks, which was hugely important. And then on the other end, an intercept occurred in the bubble that he also punched out. So able to just really deny that defense from 6 foot to really gain a foothold, a 6 foothold, if you will, and kind of got the Nova the win, I feel like.
Yeah, not even denying a foothold, possibly play of the game right there to stop them.
Yeah, especially as this does continue out, these battles between these two teams, always intense. I know Sir Dimwee talking about, granted he's not in the game right now, not Dimwee that is, but Rickster. Dimwee telling me about Rickster before, and Rickster kind of Dimwee's spirit animal is what he called him. So take that for what you will. But launching out for round 2 will be Nova here with that first round win, looking to continue the momentum off that, again, very close game in the first. And right off that first shot, no time wasted whatsoever, 10 seconds, not only that, but a 3-pointer right in that top angle.
Yeah, what a beautiful slap starting out. Venom able to get that disc right away, and just already at that point, all 4 Nova players were on the 2-pointer line, and Zesper getting the 3-pointer.
And a surprising one of those goals that maybe just took the goalkeeper off guard. You don't really expect him to shoot that when there's not any contests coming in from the defense, but worked out for them. And Zesper down here in the pocket now, coming through with the disc and being stunned out though, couldn't get rid of it fast enough, but luckily Ascend is also there to dole out some damage.
Yeah, but 6 foot over, definitely not giving up, applying that pressure. Nova not able to complete any passes, goes for that boop shot, but not able to complete it. And now a clear disc. Nova needs to get on top of that disc as 6 footer gets the punch and now has a 2-pointer opportunity to respond and gets their first 2 points of the second round.
Nice stack from the Law, and 6 foot over, able to get the score off of that, bring it back to a 1-point lead, or 1-point deficit, I should say. I see Arthur Guinness over there in the chat, Twitch chat, saying hello, and I mentioned him earlier. He joined up with Nova today, so teaming up with Venom. Obviously, talked about that father-son combo. We started the stream early, so probably a lot of that combo got missed. I was saying we should get a Duller Ranger and Fair Enough game or something between Fair and Venom. That'd be fun. But over here, going in for a Fair Enough goal is going to be Zesper, now bringing their lead to 5-2. As Xena saying, like the new overlay. Glad you do. Grumpy is saying, I don't get to see it. Grumpy, even, are you doing like, are you having that black screen issue again? I was gonna say it's almost uncanny. You get these weird problems that other people don't get. I don't understand.
So weird, so weird.
I wish you could watch the stream right now because I promise you, it looks pretty saucy.
Yeah, absolutely looks definitely improvement. And finally, as Nova, again, with that classic slowdown play, but again, 6 foot over, adopting that same play, not allowing, putting most of their players in that 2-pointer zone, but Zesper with a quick slap into the goal extends the lead to a 5-point game.
7-2, Zesper getting that one through off of assist from Venom. Nice and easy. Those are the kind of passing plays that will buy you typically pretty high percentage buckets. I mean, so far, 9 points for Zesper, in fact. So, yeah, he's having a very nice game offensively, leading for both teams at the moment. So leaf around, rolling up here, very slow launch and roll out for 6 foot over. Finding themselves down by 5 with that stack impending. And again, there you go. That stack maybe defending. If they can convert this into a goal, that will be very good for maybe really pushing this into one of those kind of snowball things in terms of momentum. Because for 6 foot over, you don't want to see that score start creeping up into the 9 or 10 point area. Because just the mental effect that has, even though it's certainly not insurmountable to come back from. It's just only having 2 points and then seeing 9 or 10 on the scoreboard can be damaging.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely right now, trying to play more conservatively, putting all players on their side is not helping them. And now Nova, trying to another good interception by Nova allows them to push, not being faced by 6 foot over's pressure, gets a good deep pass. And yeah, they're going to go for another 2-pointer time.
And some mid lane whirls and twirls there from Zesper, is able to get a shield off of that pass as well, receiving the one right back, and then Zesper going for it, but a very tough angle to shoot it from. Still trying to collect a rebound here, but some great short-range leeches from the Law and Vanzi able to get there first, and now maybe can convert on a shot if they go for a passing play or even a clear and boost situation, but there is the defense all in place, ready to overtake it.
Yeah, quick reactions by Venom, able to prevent that 3-pointer, making it a 2-point game. Jan's almost making that in, so very good play on Jan's. Definitely, even though it didn't pay out, it was a good risk to take.
Is it Jans or is it Jans Z?
Oh, Van. It's not Jans, it's Vans. It's a V.
Oh, I did it too. Jeez. I was saying.
We all did it. Did he change his name in game?
No, I did that last week. No, one of you. I was camming for one of the matches, and maybe it was your game. And then we were talking about that even, like, wait, there's no Y in Vanzi. Anyway, regardless, is it Vans or Van Z? I mean, there's a Y in there, but I don't know.
Vans. How could it be Van Z? Right.
Well, there's a Y. Is there not? I know it's Vans Y.
Oh.
Did you miss the Y too? Man, reading comprehension is hard
just...
for us casters. We really are bad at this. Going in though, not bad on the pass, just out of the reach, however, so Zesper takes it over. Now, explain yourself, Skinny.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But what I do know is that's a great looking boost into the 3-point shot for Ascend. Nod your head and agree, Skinny. That's all we can do.
All right. Yeah, now Nova with a healthy 8-point lead, but with 4 minutes, 6 foot over definitely can come back. So let's see if they can gain back this momentum as they did last round, almost bringing it win for their round. But unfortunately, they have 6 foot over has to win this round in order to bring it to a 3rd game.
And just cannot really get it going here on the offense as of yet. 6 foot over, now going for a clear there. There's Leaf around. The Law and Leaf trying to get some grabs, but in that back line, Sir Dimwey's there to try and stun out and interrupt the stack. Looks like they still got it off, though, and will have themselves a only briefly open goal, but Ascend came speeding in, and off the backboard it'll go back to Venom and Nova. And so taking it here is Ascend now. Another clear through that tunnel. More stacks, but regrab's not quite there. But the Law should still be there first. Has a back pass available if desired. And instead it will just be an interception over to Zesper. Right back at him with some punches. And not Yanzi, but Vans. Maybe Vanzi. Whatever he is trying to get handsy here and get his hands on some of this just defensive play, but no, it's Zesper again. So up by 10, and there's that mentally damaging lead, the double-digit one, especially in these last few minutes, going to be tough for 6 foot over.
Now definitely Zesper with an amazing intercept in the tunnel, trying to 6 foot over, trying to clear it. Zesper denying that and scoring it in.
Yeah. Zenith in the chat asking where the round counts are. You see the little blip above the clock there that shows one round one for Nova, and it also shows you which round it is. It says round 2 up there, and then the little blips are the win counts. Street Fighter style, right? With a little thing, whatever you call it, the thingamabob, the plumb bob. No, wait, that's a Sims thing. Anyway, over here, plumb bob, skinny plumb bob. You're fired. Going over here for maybe a headbutt play. I don't even know. But over to Ascend. He's going to go for a goal attempt. Maybe Nova trying to snowball in these last couple of minutes and increase their lead some more. Their passing's been right on. That one, dead on. Bounce shot from Venom for 6 meters out, and that's going to be a 14-2 lead. Looking very nice in the team play for Nova.
Yeah, textbook bounce pass from Venom. Now with this 12-point lead and 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, 6 foot over, definitely on the clock right now to start scoring and maybe come back.
We'll see if they can. It's going to be a very tough mountain to climb, though, at this point, with just 90 seconds remaining. And that one going right back to Nova, it looks like. So in firm just control of this lead, if nothing else. Side note, as that one just goes off the barrier, if anyone does have feedback on that overlay, do let me know. Maybe I need to make the little thingamabob, the plumb bob, bigger? I don't know. Make it more noticeable or put it next to the names instead of above the clock? I don't know. I could make little tweaks, but I'm not.
Here's some feedback. I didn't know.
I don't want your feedback. Going in there for the 3 is Venom. 1 minute left and 17-2.
Toxic Palidore, Jesus.
Go ahead, give me your feedback. I was just kidding.
No. I think Echo players are so used to seeing that little 1, 0, 1, or 2 next to the scoreboard, maybe.
But you say that, and then I can't tell you how many people have also asked, hey, who won the last round? It's like, it's right there, but it's when you have 2 numbers right next to each other like that, it's not exactly, I guess, obvious or intuitive sometimes.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. There were a lot of people who gave the opposite feedback. It's one of those things where you can't please everyone, I guess. Andy says logos look a little small. I mean, that's about as big as they can get him, honestly, without an honestly great shot from Vans. No why needed. Just got it for the 5th point as this round comes to a close.
Yeah, solid way. Unfortunately, not able to win this round and the set. No, but with just a solid, another solid performance.
And so 17-5 there. And oops, that's not good. I accidentally overwrote the round 1 scores. So I'm gonna have to fix that on my end if I can. But anyway, we'll get a look at the stats no less. Don't mind, unless it was 7-17 the first round. I don't think it was though. Oopsie. And a rematch. No. Dimwee, you failed me. He's always upset when that happens to us when we're casting.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to read those so good statistics. So.
What I do want to do real quickly before anything else, I want to get that score right, because, yeah, that's right. It was 8-7. That sounds right. It was a 1-point game. Thank you for the reminder, Goldfish Brain. But that's correct. It was a 1-point game to end. There we go. We're good. Thank you for the tips. 5 spotted. Anyway, yeah, so no stats, unfortunately, as they did get wiped. As far as the overlay goes, so yeah, like Andy, it's pretty much as big as I can get. I mean, I can get him maybe a little bit larger there, but it's one of those things where, you know, any more space, and again, I can make it a little bit, but any more space and it starts overlapping with and getting too close to the names We also thought about putting him next to the clock, like on the left side, but then it overlaps with the not ready and the joust advantage text. Considered putting him on the sides next to the names there in that space, but then it overlaps with the disk possession. So you see a lot of these things I considered, but there's always something on the UI that it overlaps with. So that's basically the only place I can put him that made sense. Only other option was maybe like make him transparent and put him over the minimap or something, but that looked a little bit funky to me. So yeah. Anyway. Regardless of all that, though, Nova just coming through extremely strong in that second round. I mean, first match, obviously, first round was super close for them, but in the second, just not really looking back. I mean, they took that 1 point lead they had in round one and then kind of exploded for a points bonanza, a points banana even in the second.
Yeah, definitely. I think they also play a little bit too conservative for that second round, just putting 4 players in just behind that bow tie is not going to work out really well for them, especially with constant pressure from Nova.
And just checking too, I know this is our last match, or only match in North America, in fact, for the evening. But let me pull up the schedule for those in the chat, because we do have at least 5 tomorrow, last I checked. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, still 5. I mean, we have 15 matches still not scheduled, so I'm sure at any point that number could very well change. But for the moment, we will be starting off in the morning, or early afternoon rather, with Fusion and Vibers for the single European match tomorrow at 1:30 Central. And then in the evening time, 7:30 Central, we'll start off with Legends versus Illuminati. Click, clack, patty whack.
Click, clack, click, clack. Click, clack.
Anyway.
Click me.
Quit clicking at me. Makes me uncomfortable. Over here, though, we have Legends. Oh, you're fired. Over here, Legends and Illuminati, and then Nova and Deception. Legends versus Kangarillas, bound to be a hype game, and then Olympus versus There Is No Team. So newer to competition players versus very old. Old to competition. Not physically old, but also kind of. No offense. Anyways, There Is No Team will be facing off against Olympus. I just lost all the sub money from Fair and Guy. But anyways, yes. That will do it for us for the evening. So, Skinny, anything else you want to say, or shall we just sign off?
I think it's time to sign off.
Okay, well, sign off. You do it.
Why me? I'm bad at this. All right, guys.
All right, so I've been Palidore. That laughing mess over there in the corner is Skinny229. Thanks for joining me last minute. Appreciate it. It was a fun cast, and congrats to Nova for the win. Say goodnight, Skinny.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Have fun. I did. Bye.